I
They,
mean, where did it go? It's not like my laundry machine will actually eat it.
how can I forget where I put a pair of socks? Oh, one sock.
It's the end of the world. You lose a sock, you lose all sense of control. You have anxiety. You don't have closure. We don't have an elevator pitch. We're like, just listen to us talk for 20 minutes and you'll understand why this podcast is called The Mindful Chaos. Yeah, this guy's a therapist, guys.
I just offended everyone.
You're gonna get canceled.
What? The podcast that serial killers hate.
Chaotic.
Okay,
Yeah.
and cut.
This week, I realized I lost 2 pair of socks. Not just one sock, like 2 pairs. So 4 socks.
2 pairs?
Yeah, I don't know where they went.
Do you live by yourself?
One flatmate.
Maybe he stole it.
Maybe he accidentally thought it was his.
Yeah, I think that's very possible. I never lose one whole pair of socks.
It's always just
just lose one, which is even more annoying. Because then I just have a closet full of single socks that don't match.
That reminds me of like those supermarket, we call them the ugly bunch.
The ones that no one wants or is about to expire, and they're all just grouped in one area.
Yeah. Maybe you can sell like single socks. Like, it's just a bag of mismatched socks.
In hopes that someone else will have the other sock.
Why do you even keep the single socks? What are you going to do?
Because maybe one day the other one will pop back out. I mean, where did it go? It's not like my laundry machine will actually eat it. I know it's a myth, but...
Is that a myth, though?
Yeah, I think it's a myth. There's some, if you Google it, there are some myths that talk about your laundry machine eating your socks or your closets eating your socks.
That's a whole ass Google search. It's an FAQ of the modern era.
How did my washing machine eat my socks? No, but I think it's because they think it probably went into some hardware inside the washing machine. Like it didn't turn into a ghost. It didn't come alive from Toy Story 3. Toy Story 4, the machines are alive.
No, that's why I buy so I've got like 10 pairs of black socks, exact same.
Okay.
1 or 2 and not no.
That's smart. Because I buy socks in different places, and then they're always different heights as well. You know, like on the ankle heights.
Oh, length.
Like, I don't know how you describe socks. I've never had a conversation about socks before.
How tall are your socks?
6 feet. No, how tall are yours?
Yeah, I hate it. I've got 2 types of black socks. One is longer, the other is slightly shorter.
Yeah.
And I hate it when they're mismatched like that.
Yeah. Or I also have different colors and different lengths. Yeah. And I always just lose, and I feel like I always lose my favorite pair. Like the most comfortable ones, I always lose them. Yeah, I mean, don't you have socks that you feel are more comfortable?
Well...
Oh, but they're all the same. Never mind.
They're all the same. So...
Yeah, no. I also buy them from different places just to try it out. Like, there are thicker ones, there are thinner ones.
Wow, you
different texture.
You're like a connoisseur of
sock expert. No, that's what I feel. Is that a girl thing? Like, we just have all of these different socks. It's part of fashion. You show your socks depending on what you wear.
Compare that with guys who wear the same pairs of underwear until they're like threadbare for like years. I don't care.
I want to defend some guys, not all guys. No.
Oh.
No, but men who wear suits, they also wear different socks as well, right? Because it's part of their...
Yeah, it's part of the outfit.
Yeah. So I'm sure that maybe they are missing one sock and then they end up having to wear mismatched socks.
It's kind of cool when people do that. I like it.
You like it?
This is a platinum tier topic, guys.
No, but I think there's actually a psychological meaning.
No way.
Behind losing one sock all the time.
So what's the psychological principles at play?
So I asked AI to share 3 psychological reasons behind always losing a sock. One of them is attentional deficit and memory issues.
Like early onset.
You know, it's like when you Google, why do I have a stomach ache? Why does my head hurt? And then as a 20-year-old female Googling this, Google comes up with, you're going through menopause.
Oh, yeah, obviously. And as a guy, it'll be cancer.
Yeah.
So what gives? Why is it? Well, attentional deficit is kind of like when you're trying to do your laundry and then you're not aware of of your surroundings, of where the sock might have dropped.
Yeah, basically. It includes those with ADHD, or it just might be more prone to losing items, not only socks, but it is essentially what you were saying. You might have difficulty keeping track of your personal belongings and following through on tasks like organizing laundry. Like you could be doing your laundry for 1 second, you have a thought pop up in your mind and you're like, I should go get water. Oh wait, where's my phone? And then you walk and do something else.
So I would carry my laundry to the laundry room, but in that time to pass through the kitchen. So when I'm next to the kitchen, I think of something, I'll microwave something, or I'll eat a fruit. So I chuck it in the washing machine, and then I get the fruit, and then I come back to finish up the laundry. And then
you realize you didn't even turn on the laundry machine.
Oh, yeah. It's a lot of things on the trip.
Then is that ADHD? Or does everyone just have a mild case of ADHD?
I mean, it's a spectrum. So I feel
we all have it.
I've got traits, but we don't all have it.
So what are the traits where you get distracted easily?
Very high distractibility. Attentional issues, can't really focus on anything for more than a few minutes at a time, maybe. But then there's also the opposite side where you can be hyper fixated on things you're interested in.
Oh.
So you could forget to eat for 4 hours.
That sounds like me too. I do get distracted quite easily. Maybe not as easily as you, but because I have an inner monologue, so I do get distracted. It's just I might not take action on it, but my mind will jump from one topic to another. And then I'll be like, oh, I forgot to do the thing that I was initially set out to do. Or it's like people who walk around the house and they're like, where's my phone? Why did I walk into this room? What was I meant to get?
I do that sometimes.
We're just glitching.
Yeah. Or sometimes I just run with it. I'll go to a room for one reason, but I'll end up doing something else. And then I'll leave the room and I'll remember why I initially went in and I'll go back to do the thing.
Okay, so the second reason actually is increased stress levels. There's actually a research at the Center of Cognitive Health that have found a correlation between high stress levels and the misplacement of personal items, including socks. So basically you could be overwhelmed because you have so many other things to do, and then you end up losing a sock.
That makes sense, actually.
Does it make more sense than ADHD?
On a practical level, it's like if you are stressed or overwhelmed or demotivated, then I think every small thing you do suddenly just weighs heavier. So you put less of your effort or attention onto it. Like doing your dishes or brushing your teeth. I zone out if I'm stressed brushing my teeth.
Yeah, or maybe because you're stressed and demotivated, you leave your laundry in the basket for so long that it piles up, and then that sock actually fell out of the basket. Or
that's overflowing. That's gross.
That's too much. Or maybe you took off your socks somewhere in the house, and then you're just so demotivated that you can't even bother to pick up those socks and put them back where they belong.
On really tiring days, I chuck them on the floor, and I can't even make it to the laundry basket. They just lay there for days.
To this day, it's still lying on the floor.
It's an archaeological artifact at this point.
There's a little plant growing out of it.
I water it. The floor is just a drifter.
But is that also why everyone has that designated chair of clothes?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Yeah, that chair builds up the more stressed you are. It's like a physical measure of your stress.
But also, as it piles up, it becomes harder for you to start removing clothes from it because it just looks so overwhelming.
Yeah.
I feel like that adds to the stress, actually. We think that it's easier to just dump things on the ground for that second. Yeah, but as opposed to dealing with it, and then once it piles up, it's even harder to get to it anymore.
But it's crazy how close it is. It's actually equivalent when you think about it. Walking to the laundry basket versus throwing it on the couch. It's basically 2 steps difference, right? Like, how big is your house? It's not a mansion.
Unless you're a really rich listener now, maybe your house, you have to walk a few stairs,
or
it's like take an elevator.
Or like next station, bedroom. And then
or maybe people have to go to the laundromat. Don't discriminate. Not everyone lives the same lifestyle as us, David.
Yes, you're right. In that case, feel free to have a pal called David.
Or just have a laundry basket, but you're right. Having a laundry basket or putting it on the, or even hanging back your jacket in the closet.
Oh, that's so annoying. I hate having to rehang my clothes.
Why? Why is that annoying?
Because it's like, you have to like put the sleeve.
You have to put it on a hanger.
As opposed to, put it on the hook.
Dumping it, just throwing it on the couch.
Throw it on the couch.
Yeah, I say all this as I sit next to my couch with some jackets. It's always easier said than done, though.
Yeah. Hey, but then the feeling of clearing out the couch, clearing out the pile is...
It always feels very nice.
It feels so nice.
Yeah. It's like right after cleaning your house, it just all of a sudden feels bigger. It does feel nice, but we still put off doing it.
Well, that's a lot of things in life, right? We know how to do a lot of things, but we often put them off. Like exercise.
And we know that it'll feel good after you do it. But at that moment, it's hard to motivate yourself to do it.
And sometimes we love having a pity party.
The final psychological reason, it's not final, it's just one of many. Mm-hmm. This one talks about the effects of sleep deprivation. So basically, if you have been having insomnia or lack of sleep, it relates to your memory and attention as well. So at the end of the day, I feel like the 3 psychological reasons really just has to do with attention and memory.
I don't know about memory though, right? Like, how can I forget where I put a pair of socks, one sock, as opposed to the rest of my laundry? Like,
you took off one as you got in and took off the other one somewhere else.
I checked that one over here and like you can still see it. It's not memory. It's not that I've got so many misplaced socks because I forgot where I put them.
No, but have you ever experienced where sometimes you're doing something and because your body is just automatically doing another thing, right, and you're thinking about so many things in your head that you don't even realize what your body just did?
Oh, like driving, yeah.
Okay, maybe not driving. I mean, just walking around the house. You have a pen in your hand, and then you... Please not driving.
Listeners, no. I swear, it's such a common thing. I've asked around. People sometimes forget how they drove from one place to the next. And
I never. No, I pay attention to the road when I'm driving.
Good for you. That's really good. Anyway.
So sometimes, when you're trying to complete a task and then you have so many thoughts in your head that you didn't realize you already completed task 8, but you don't actually remember doing it.
Sometimes it's folding the laundry or washing dishes for me.
Yeah, so like maybe for 1 second your hand throws the sock somewhere else, and then you didn't know that you threw the sock there.
Fast enough.
And then when you come back to your senses, you're like, whoa, where did my socks go?
So that arm is waiting for that one moment to try something, whatever it is.
That sock is like, I'm free!
Imagine that happens when you're washing dishes. Like one
your dish.
Just one cup is over there in that corner.
But I feel like that's how I misplace things. I just put it down somewhere without thinking, and then the next minute I realize I've put it down. And then I think, where did it go?
Yeah. Okay, that happens very specifically for me whenever I come back from a motorcycle ride. Because I'm like hyped, I'm buzzed from the adrenaline. So then I'm like getting my gear off, my helmet, my gloves, everything, and I put my phone somewhere, and then put my shoes somewhere else, and then I like put everything in.
Exactly, that's exactly the feeling. So it does have to do with memory, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. I guess it's still more attention.
Yeah, both. Yeah.
I think if it actually is memory issues, then it might be something to get checked if it starts being very recurrent.
Yeah.
But I also wonder if this is the same thing as people who are always late.
How do you mean? How do you think they're similar?
Because there are actually people who I know don't want to be late. Like, I have friends who don't want to be late on purpose, but they end up still being late just because of time management. Maybe they got distracted by something and then they were doing something else, and then they realized, shoot, I should have left the house like 3 hours ago.
Right. That's pretty extreme.
Shout out to one of my friends. But
can we do a whole Dune movie?
She like missed the whole flight. Shout out to one of my friends, but I know she tries really hard not to be late, but she's always late, and if she's only 30 minutes late, I count that as a win.
Wow. Wait, did you tell her an earlier time?
I think I've tried to, but I also feel bad if she ends up actually arriving at the earlier time. But full disclosure and spoiler alert, she's never appeared earlier.
Never is pretty extreme.
Okay, actually, I think if she was getting from point A to point B, if I'm meeting her at point B and she's already out, she's usually not as late. But if I'm meeting her right as she's leaving the house, there's been a time where I waited for her for almost an hour.
Wait, so for people like her, is it more an intentional thing where they're switching and they're like, oh, just got distracted and then went with that direction?
I think it's an attentional thing, and I think it could be maybe a time management prioritization.
Because then they're not late for work every day for 30 minutes.
That's true. Actually, that's true.
So I don't see a justification there.
It's just disrespect then.
Yeah. Shout out to your friend. It's just pure disrespect.
No, but I've actually seen it in action. I know they don't mean to. For work, I think they know that they have to get there. It's more self-discipline, maybe. For work, they have to get there at that time. But then when it's personal leisure time, they get even more distracted, or they get distracted even easier at home when they're getting ready. They're like, maybe I'll try this new shirt. Oh, I need to clean this part. Oh, I forgot to do the dishes. Oh, wait, I need to feed my pet, you know?
But then so the first step is that they don't treat it as a must.
Or maybe because if you have to go to work, it becomes a routine. So you're already on autopilot. Your body wakes up at that time, you get ready, you leave the house. But if it's leisure, there's so many other distractions. Right.
But that's assuming that they're going to be late for every other thing outside of routine.
My friend was late for mostly everything outside of routine.
Events, just anything is all late.
Yes. Maybe, yes.
I feel like we're dissing your friend here, but like it's just too easy as a case study.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't even just with me. We have other friends who all agree that she is late. She also knows that she is late a lot.
Does that not make it worse?
I don't know. Is this a red flag or a green flag?
I feel like it's a red flag. Like I'm very punctual. Like I rather arrive early than late always for everything. But I feel like it's a respect and priority thing. Like if I treat it as a job or as important as a job, then why would I'm not allowed to be late almost.
Yeah. I think it's both. I definitely know there are some people who may arrive late somewhere, so I might arrive a little late as well. Or some people that I feel like have higher tolerance. Like they're okay to wait 5 to 10 minutes. I'm usually not any later than that. But also there are other things that I would, like you said, like I would purposely arrive earlier to, or some people that I know are very punctual, then I would try to train myself to be more punctual when I'm with them as well.
Yeah, I'll match them too, just like you. Like if I know they're usually like 10, 15 minutes late, one, I don't mind waiting for them for that amount of time. Two, I will also be like, oh, I can rock up.
Exactly.
Then it's fine.
Exactly.
So attentional similarity.
I guess it is a little different for people who lose a sock and for people who are always late. One is more on attention, but the other one is on priorities and time management. I think there's still a little attention to it, getting distracted by other things.
Yeah, I've had that happen, but then I'm actually I'm so
you're like 30 minutes early, so you have the time to be distracted.
I'm so against being unpunctual that I set an alarm for me to leave.
Oh wow!
Yeah, like I set an alarm. So Google Maps, I plan the route ahead of time, like a day before, and then I set an alarm for 30 minutes before I'm supposed to leave, and then like 5 minutes before I'm supposed to leave, and then I double check. So I will not be late unless public transport is late.
So do you try to be at least 5 to 10 minutes early, or are you the type that actually gets 30 minutes early?
No, like 5 to yeah, 30 is too much. I value my time too much for that.
Okay, so you're still normal.
Yeah, I'm like very punctual normal.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, the Sydney culture is that people aren't that punctual. It's just not part of the culture.
Is it just because Australians are more chill? Like,
Yeah.
that is actually the stereotype.
Dude, house parties, like you say 6 or 7 o'clock, people rock up at 9, and it's like.
But it's different when it's a party. Like, you're supposed to be fashionably late.
But then one-on-ones is definitely different.
One-on-one, you should be on time. And then it's also the same, it's all of these like timing etiquette. What is it called? Is there a word for it?
I don't know. I get timing etiquette.
Timing etiquette, time etiquette. Where it's like if you go to a movie or you go to a play, you should arrive at least 15 minutes earlier because they start right away.
Yeah. And they lock the doors, so.
Yeah. And same for trains. When your train says, like when your train ticket says 5 o'clock, it means it's leaving. At 5 o'clock, it doesn't mean get on at 5 o'clock.
Videos who show a cruise, like a tourist leave, and then people show up late thinking that people wait for them.
I heard those are fake, though. I heard it's just people who live on those areas. They pretend to be late passengers that the cruise missed just for jokes.
Oh, what? Okay.
Sorry to break that to you.
Oh, wow. Santa's not real.
Okay, well, finally, do you think losing a sock can affect your mental health?
If it happens often enough, I think you start to doubt your competency in life, or you start to think there's little gremlins who steal your stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like, either it's your mind, your brain health, or your house is haunted.
Yeah, or your flatmate is like a sock guy. I don't know.
Oh. It's like those people who eat your food from your fridge.
Yeah, annoying.
Yeah, or I sometimes blame my cats.
Do you scapegoat your cats?
I'm like, Marshy, where did you take my socks again? You must have eaten them. But I agree, and so does research, that losing socks can increase your stress and frustration. Definitely understand the frustration part.
Yeah.
It could also make you feel like it could also trigger a sense of incompletion or unfinished business.
Oh, okay. That sounds haunted.
It's just that this effect is rooted in our psychological need for closure and completeness in our physical and emotional environments. Another one is that it could actually just impact your daily routine and your sense of control.
Fair.
And then it can lead to increased anxiety and a reduction in life satisfaction.
All right, you gotta take a chill pill.
It's the end of the world. You lose a sock, you lose all sense of control. You have anxiety. You don't have closure.
No, surely, guys, it's just a sock, right? You guys know that.
Just buy more. But okay, I do have a whole basket of single socks.
Okay, that's a bit extreme. I think you gotta check your machine, or like, where are these socks?
I really don't know. And then just losing a sock, maybe we can just apply some humor to it and accept that, sometimes you lose one and you get one and you just have to keep buying new socks and it's not the end of the world.
That's why I prefer buying all the same socks, or like multiples of the same socks. So you don't even know that you lost one. Well, until you fold them.
It's just all odd. It just becomes odd number. There's always that one sock.
That's okay.
That's okay. Yeah. Time to buy new socks after this.
Red flag, green flag.
Is it red flag or green flag?
Red flag or green flag? Someone who wears two different types of socks.
Green flag, it's me.
I would beg to differ. I think it
Why?
depends on how stylish they look.
Okay, fair enough. I think if the two mismatched socks are really cool looking and you wore them on purpose,
Okay,
then
like
that's a green flag.
gray ankle socks and then bright green, neon green, like long socks. Gross. No, I'm sorry.
Okay, I think if it actually is that mismatched, you might need to get something checked.
Yeah,
If you're doing it on purpose and people can see it. If it's not under long pants and you're wearing shorts, then you're showing your mismatched socks.
Yeah, no, I think that's a turn off. Yeah, that's a red flag.
I think that might be a red flag too. I try not to wear mismatched socks when I know I have to take off my shoes at someone else's house.
Oh, yeah,
That
same.
just looks really stupid.
Especially when you cross your feet or like lay them out and it's in someone's face or in the center of the circle.
You're like, sorry, I didn't do laundry, or I've just been losing socks.
Red flag or green flag? Wearing holy socks.
Holy socks! Where am I going? To church?
What's gonna happen?
Green flags for holy socks.
Hallelujah! Socks with holes in them.
It depends how big the hole is and where the hole is. It's your big toe.
Just a toe. It's like
Then get new socks. That's a red flag.
just a toe. How sharp are your toes to poke a hole in the sock?
Or sometimes, when you take it off at someone's house and then you realize
Oh,
there's a hole in the
that's
sock.
bad.
Oof,
Yeah, that's
embarrassing.
bad, man. That's so embarrassing.
I would just cry in a corner and never.
That's almost as
see that
embarrassing
person again.
as having a hole in the crotch area in your jeans.
Okay, it's not as embarrassing.
Dude, it's as bad.
I think with socks, at least what I do, if I realize there's a hole and I'm at someone's house, I try to pull it a little longer and then tuck it under my foot.
No, I just cross my feet and put the foot under the normal.
Yeah, but you have to walk around, right? What if
Oh,
someone
true.
sees it? You're just your toe dangling out.
Oh, yeah, yeah, okay. That's such a good tip. Pro tip from Claudia on sock stuff. Yeah, that's from her OnlyFans. So, next red flag or green flag. Someone who never loses socks.
Green flag. I don't understand how anyone does that. Maybe they're just very mentally healthy. Now it's a correlation.
Or it's like an OCD thing.
Oh, because they need to know where everything is all the time and at the same
Complete
place.
control.
Ooh, then is it mentally healthy?
Not that this is a diagnostic item, by the way, guys. This is not indicative.
No. If you have all your socks and have never lost any, you're not OCD.
You're okay. You're just a serial killer. I don't know anyone who has never lost
You're
his
an
sock.
alien. Yes, if you are someone who has never lost his socks, please tell us.
Yeah, you get a prize. The prize
We would
is
like to
a
meet you.
basket of single socks.
Yeah, please take my single socks and please find a home for them. Maybe you'll end up being able to find the other sock for me.
That would be impressive. That's a superpower. You should join the X-Men.
Please share some tips on how to never lose one sock. I would really like to know.
We should definitely seek their advice. But yeah,
I still think it's a green flag though.
yeah, I agree. I'm very impressed.